right, so I just wanted to close this lesson out, you know, I guess give my closing statements, you know, on the topic of Esau repenting, which again, that is you know, that's the most laughable statement that a person can make, in a really a dumb argument. It's really a stupid argument. All right. Okay. So Esau, you sold your own soul. Why? Because of your nature, your estranged nature, and the scriptures deal with that specifically on your nature. You know, you want to be like God. You want to lift yourself up like God. You got this godlike complex. But in doing so, you cast away your vows and the responsibility of maintaining this God-given earth, maintaining the people within the earth, and you're just really you're just a cancer. All right, you're a disease. You don't bring no benefit to the world. You know, all you were used for was to bring punishments and death and destruction. That was your forte. Okay. Hell, you even depicted in your movies. It's this movie called Ender's Game. All right, I used to. In school I read that book. They had us read novels and stuff like that, and we read that book, and they made a movie off the book, and it just showed you the nature of Esau. It's a science fiction novel. All right, and they go to a whole different planet, way outside of their galaxy. All right, and they destroy a whole race of aliens. All right, using drones. Okay, and the way they did it, of course, Esau has this thing where he justifies the means of destroying, anything he wants, and it's one of those, it's just one of those things with Esau where he just, again, he can't get enough, and he'll never get enough. Okay, he'll continue raping, robbing, and murdering. All right. So let's go back to the scriptures, and like I said, this is just in closing. So it says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man." Right? One that here it says, inordinately desires to obtain. All right. Okay. And of course, it goes into it more. We'll just touch the surface of it. All right. And it says what? For such an one setteth his own soul to sale. See, so when you look at Esau's blessing, it was really a setup. And how can you sustain yourself with the sword without that, that impacting your future? And not just your future, all right, but the ones that are affected by your sword. And when you go into the word sword, all right, in Genesis 27, I think in the 40th verse, it goes into the Hebrew word charab, which means a wasting. All right, so that's definitely dealing with, Esau, all right, and how he's conquered the world, all right. and what he's been doing. All right, so we're able to line up events that have taken place in the world with prophecy and identify who, these subjects or the character of these subjects are. All right, it's really plain to see. And Esau, he don't want you to be able to connect the dots, because if you do, then he's exposed. All right, but we know that the Lord has exposed you. He's uncovered your secrets. You see how the things that Esau searched out, how are his hidden things sought out, It was the Lord, man. You see, so it was always destined from the beginning for you to, for you to be revealed and judged, okay? Back to the precept, it says, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels. The physician cutteth off a long disease. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. All right? For when a man is dead, okay, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms. All right? Which symbolically, all right, your state in the future world to come is going to be way worse than ours, because it's symbolic for your, for lack of better words, your plight in the world in the future. You're going to be down in the dust. You're going to be in confusion. You're going to be it's going to be a chase row. You're going to be the ones that being mutilated and completely, utterly destroyed in the future world. And nobody's going to say anything about it. Just like no one said anything about our condition, and nobody sought us out. Nobody asked us how we were doing. Ain't no soul on the planet Earth is going to be able to save you. And that's a very, very dreadful thing. That's a very, very scary thing. So you can have your way now. The Lord is allowing you. And I'm sure you're going to go all the way through with what you're going to go all the way through with. Destroying people, murdering, kidnapping, the same stuff, the same, your same MO. The same modus operandi. You're gonna keep doing it until the Lord cuts you off. And that's in Job. He determined. All right? And you're nothing more than a hireling. You're nothing more than a paid servant, just like everyone else. But eventually, you got to pay your tab, just like everyone else. All right? Okay, it says the beginning of pride is when one departeth from God, and you've done that. Scripture's talking about the sins of your youth. All right? Psalms, I believe, the 50th chapter goes into the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. All right? Speaking lies as soon as they be born, man. That right there, man, that's diabolical, man. And it goes on to say, and his heart is turned away from his maker. See? And that's why you're doing everything you're doing in the world for your gain, but ultimately to the losing of your own soul. All right? And the scriptures say you have more than heart could wish for. You have filled your belly up, man. It's nothing more that you can gain that will satisfy you. All right? It will only lead, from here on out, it's going to only lead to absolute destruction and chaos and complete, utter destruction of everything around you. All right? That's the word I want to use, insatiable. Insatiable, all right, is your appetite. Okay? And it can't be filled. So guess what? There's absolutely no way for you to repent right? I really wanted to go into, can't really go into too much right now because I'm driving. When you look at the matter of Esau's blessing, Hebrews lets us know that what? All right. Hebrews 11:20. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. All right. And your blessing was what? The sword. All right. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume the spirit of his mouth and the brightness of his coming. All right. Genesis 27:40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. All right. The sword, you're living by the sword right now. You see? You look at society, the dollar is not what keeps you afloat at the world stage. It's your military. It's your military might. Your military prowess. All right? And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion. Right? So it says it shall serve thy brother. This is going to refer to things to come. This is referring to things to come. All right? So line upon line, here a little, there a little. All right, you're gonna serve your brother in the kingdom. All right, check this out, because this is like unto pieces to a puzzle, right? And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Now, it happened after David and Solomon, where he was able to pretty much have, how can you say, he broke off from the authority of David, because during the kingdom of David, the Edomites were put in subjection, and how much more during the time of Solomon. See? All right, but you can also apply it, all right, to, well, I ain't gonna go as far as saying that, all right, just to be sure, because we know Revelations 20:7, that's dealing with your short reign within the last few centuries, all right. Revelations 20:7, then that the serpent was loose. You see, he went out to deceive the world. All right, that's more so now. That history is dealing with now. Okay. All right. It says that when the 1,000 years are expired, all right, because now you got an instance where Esau broke off from the authority of the Israelites, our foreparents, under the rulership of David. Solomon, the kingdom was rent, all right, and it was broke up, okay. You had the northern, and then you had the southern kingdom of Israel, all right. Then eventually all our subjects were able to roam free, so to speak, for lack of better words. Then you have later on where Esau is about to start coming into his blessing. All right. This is that, Revelations 20:7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Right? Okay, because we know in verse 1 that the Lord has set the bounds for them. And they was thrown into the bottomless pit. All right. This is dealing with two different things. All right. You had them being ruled over in the ancient world. They broke off of the tribes, our authority over them. Okay, and then later on down the line, all right, which is, you could say, recent history within the last few centuries. All right, Revelations 20, 1 through 27 through 8 are being fulfilled within the last 400, 500 years. We could say 600 years. All right, you had the 1400s, and the Renaissance period came in, iconoclasm, Christian Renaissance, when they defaced and put up their icons. All right, defaced the original icons, which were so-called blacks. All right, and put up their images, as the scriptures talk about, Job 9:24. The wicked shall rule the earth, man. Or the earth shall be given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. So that was you. Okay. Revelations 20:8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Now, we, without a shadow of a doubt, with all the information that's been going out, and it's been coming out, that there's a nation of people in the world, a few, who have been deceiving the world through mass media. And everybody knows now, everybody knows now. Why? Because it goes back to Psalm 64. Lord, deliver me from the wicked. The secret counsel of the wicked. Later on in that chapter, I think around verse 8, it says what? That their tongue shall fall upon themselves, and the Lord has set you up, and the individuals in your nation, Esau, and you're telling on yourself. All right, all your secrets have been revealed, and you telling on yourself. Ain't called all you lay out, but your mouth shot me. All right, all right. It says Gog and Magog, right, to gather them together to battle. All right, because Gog and Magog, of course, represents Russia, and then Russia has its allies, and the Lord is setting up you to fight against yourself. Esau versus Esau to end, pretty much end all wars. All right, which is World War III, which is the war to end all wars. The Lord is setting it up. All right, you went out to deceive people in the world, and this is leading ultimately to your own destruction. Okay? So, and that all points to you. You, Esau, the so-called white man, you're the one deceiving people through mass media. All right, at a level that has never ever been done on Earth, because information travels fast now. All right, and so does lies and trickery, and, your deceit, man. All right. All right. It says to gather them to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea, because there's going to be a lot of casualties in this third world war. Right. All right. So, that's pretty much it. I kind of was, went on a tandem a little bit, but Lord willing, it was edifying, because these devils, man, they ain't got a chance in hell, all right? They ain't got a chance in hell, all right? And hell is conditioned on this earth, man, that everybody have to go through because of this devil, man. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. So this is hell, man, because of this unjust judge that's ruling the world, Esau, the so-called white man. All right, you got everything your heart could wish for, man. Now it's to the point where, well, the world can't continue to fulfill your insatiable lust. It's impossible. So the only thing we can do for Esau, the only thing the Lord can do for Esau, is to completely wipe him out and eliminate him and recompense him for all the evils that he's done, because he's not going to do it himself, man. It's impossible. All right? So with that, Lord willing, it's been edifying. I know I drew it out more than I should, but Hey, Shalom. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect members who are scattered to the four winds of the earth. Shalom. All right.